Today the topic is about cybersecurity. Now, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity basically means that how we work online and or how we can stop the crimes. Cyber means online working, online crimes. It is all about that. How we can save us, ourselves, our data, our information, and make others also secure. The security or the system that protects us from online hackers and intruders is called cybersecurity. Now, first, we will understand the use of cybersecurity. Now, there are some points that we will explain today. The importance of understanding cybersecurity, that why it is important for us to understand cybersecurity. Then we will describe how to keep updated with the security attacks, how we can lower the risks of security attacks, and then the typical mindset of hackers, that why the hackers hack, the reasons behind that attacks, and then the different types of malwares that exist. Malware is a type of software of virus, and then we will describe the different types of cyber attacks that exist. So the first topic is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic systems, network, and data from malicious attacks. Malicious attacks are those attacks which harm us, which can harm us, our personal information, and take our personal information and try to blackmail us, you can say. Malicious that are harmful. It is known as information technology security or electronic information security. The term applies in a variety of contexts from business to mobile computing and can be divided into few common categories. Now, cybersecurity is a practice or is a software who defends our computers, our informations, our mobile devices, basically our each and every electronic system networks from unwanted issues, viruses, or attacks. And then there are some categories. What is first? Network security. Network security is the practice of securing a computer network from intruders, whether targeted attacks or opportunistic malware. Network. Now, what is network? Network is internet. Now we have to secure our computer networks from intruders. Intruders mean the persons who are not allowed in our personal space, means in our personal electronic devices, our personal information. Intruders are like outsiders that are not allowed to harm our computer or harm our personal life. And the network security is used for whether anyone is targeting us for attacking, or it can be just by mistake. Then there is an application security. Application security focus on keeping software and devices free of threats. A compromised application could provide access to the data it's designed to protect. Successful security begins in the design stage, well before a program or device is deployed. How to protect our application? Now, in your mobile, you have many applications. Now, what are these applications and why do we need to secure them? Now, every app has some security level that you can protect from. Then there is information security, protects the integrity and privacy of data both in storage and in transit. It means our information, it protects our information, our privacy of data, whatever data is saved. It can be data, can be organizational, professional data, can be personal, and in both the ways. What are the ways? Both in storage, means in our laptops or in computers or any electronic device where we have stored, we can use passwords, and many apps there are security devices. And in transit, transit means when we are sending to someone that information. Information security protects our data in both the ways, when it is stored and when it is being sent. Then there is operational security. Now, operational security includes the process and decisions for handling and protecting data assets. The permissions users have when accessing a network, and the procedures that determine how and where data may be stored or shared all fall under this umbrella. Now, what is operational security? Operational security, that how we operate our data, and also we have to give security to our that operated data also. We have some sort of softwares who can protect or handle our decisions, our data while it is being operated. It is basically for the business organizations and for the SQL, you can say the database companies who protects our data, or the applications that has taken our privacy data, personal data like our name, address, or anything, like when we do some online shopping. We do some operations there. So they have to store our data as well as they have to protect our data while operating. Then there is disaster recovery and business continuity. Now, this defines how an organization responds to a cybersecurity incident or any other event that causes a loss of operations of data. Now, basically, what happens here, if some in some business there is some cyber attack, there is some virus, you can say, or someone is stealing your data or your any information according to your business. So now your data has gone. Now, what next step you will take? Obviously, you will not just sit and wait for other companies to attack you. Now, what is your backup plan? What next will you do if your data is being copied or is being stealed? Now, the next thing will be, obviously you will finally go for a security department and you will find out some good software to store or secure your rest of the data. You will not wait for that person or that virus to ruin your all of your data. So what next you will do after your data has been stored? Then there is end user education. What is end user education? End user education addresses the most unpredictable cybersecurity factor, that is people. After every virus and things, there is only one person who is doing all this, that is a person. A person sends virus to another's laptop or systems, that he can steal some data, or he want to disturb that person, or he can use it for its own benefit. Anyone can accidentally introduce a virus to an otherwise secure system by failing to follow good security practices. Now, the people who attack your personal information, they are not just normal people. Obviously, they also have a good know-how about all of the viruses and about the cyber security. So they do these cyber crimes in that way they cannot get caught. Teaching users to delete suspicious email attachments, not plug in unidentified USB drivers, and various other important lessons is vital for the security of any organization. Now, what you have to do to secure your system and your information, firstly, the basic rule is protect your computers or your devices with a strong security passwords. Secondly, don't open the emails or any link that you don't want, that you don't know from where it is coming. Don't plug in any other's USB drivers unidentified. Whether if you don't need it, don't make anyone plug any USB drive in your electronic devices because it can cause virus. And various there are various other lessons that you have to understand about cybersecurity. Now, the next topic is importance of understanding cybersecurity. Now, why it is important to understand cybersecurity? Obviously, there is just one thing that you need. You want to secure your personal data or your organization or business data. We need cybersecurity to protect ourselves from attackers, to protect our information, our privacy from attackers. Any non-profit organization, established business, or startup enterprises that does not take cybersecurity seriously in the information age is storing up trouble for itself. Nowadays, if someone is starting some business, now I will talk about both in the real life also and as well as for the business side also. Nowadays, in business life, there is very important that you have a security department or a good management department that can secure your data. And if someone is not doing that, he or she is making trouble for itself or for its organization. There are potentially business critical outcomes that can occur in short order when cybersecurity is not sufficiently prioritized within a business. Knowing your vulnerabilities and how attackers might exploit them provides tremendous insight on how to improve your security posture. Knowing your vulnerabilities mean knowing your weaknesses. That what is the weak point of your company? How someone can harm you? This thing you should know. And you should protect that part of your company. How attackers can use your that weakness to exploit you, to make you fall or make you don't understand about the security thing. If you don't understand your security and which part of your company or organization you have to secure, you are in loss. Then unfortunately most business do not have the technical know how to protect themselves fully. Not what they need then. Obviously they need a security device or some security management system that can guide them how they can protect their systems. All of the necessary steps can be put in place, of course, with the right sort of outsourced expertise. But what decision makers need to take on board is that cybersecurity ought to be a top commercial priority along with the sales and marketing and employee retention. Why is it so crucial? Now, all of these steps are really necessary. With the right sort of outsourced expertise, you can do all these security processes in the sight of some professional. And you have to take the final decision that how you will save yourself, and you will see that what cybersecurity is on the top commercial priority. Obviously, you will choose the best security companies for yourself, and along with the sales and marketing and employees and how their employees work. Are their employees trustworthy? Are that is that company trustworthy? You can trust the security department fully with all of your personal information or not. It's not just about the software. You also have to give your input. Then protect your enterprise from attack. How you can protect your enterprise from attack? It's not just government departments around the globe that comes under attack from cyber warfare or online criminal activity. Now in today's life, it's not important that just government departments have all of the information and all the information can be stored from government departments. Just no. Now, each and every business or a company or an organization needs a security software so their data don't get stolen. There again, you might be subject to a hack that leads to data loss prevention or even a ransom being demanded. Now, there are ways that hackers demand for ransom. They can blackmail you. It can be for personal issues. They steal up your data, they hack your computers, they steal the personal data, and then they demand for money. That if you will not give them money, they will either the data will be lost or your data will be leaked. Other forms of cyber threat include phishing scams and even the theft or intellectual property. There are some other scams also that can harm you in many ways. Now, what is phishing data? Do you know about phishing data? It is the fraud or some false emails that can harm your computer. Now, here. Now, this is why many companies and organizations hire professional cybersecurity providers or request penetration testing services to help identify vulnerabilities in their system. Now, these all are the reasons that the company or organizations hire security providers and professional cybersecurity providers and request them to focus on their weaknesses. Then there is ensure data breaches do not occur. Now, what is data breach? Do you have any idea about data breach? Sapya, do you have any idea about data breach? Data breach means the data is being stolen, and you have to ensure that data breach do not occur. Okay. As mentioned, data breaches can occur from malign attacks, but this is not the only way they happen. Sometimes simple user error or negligence leads to private data classification falling into the wrong hands. For instance, You might even find your network in a system to a device where being plugged in directly and lifting your data without even needing to bypass your firewall. As such, cybersecurity is much about adjusting your company's practices to make it more secure as it is about avoiding external threats. Now, you can send your data by fault, or you can show someone your personal information to anyone who can use your data in a wrong way, who can steal your identity and use it by your name. So that you have to ensure that your data did not get caught. You have to ensure that it doesn't happen. And how you will ensure that, you have to take help from the security departments, or you have to learn about security, and how you can secure your data. Then there is avoid regulatory failings. Now there are all sort of regulations that companies of any size need to comply with if they are to handle and store data. This means any sort of record keeping under most codes, not just sensitive data such as payment information in EU GDPR rules, are fairly well known nowadays, but they are far from only the regulatory codes across the world. Operating online may mean you need to work within multiple foreign regulatory frameworks as well as your local one. Bear in mind that failures can lead to big fines being levied against offending companies. Now, what does that mean? It means that any sort of record keeping under most codes, not just sensitive data. Now, if you are working in a company and the data about your company, employees, and their payments, and all about personal information about them is secured. But how it is secured? It should be secured in a high security codes. You have to put codes on that, and that code must relate to only that security department. You cannot tell them to everyone. These are the rules fairly known as nowadays, but they are far from the only regulatory code across the world. Now these are the common things. Now everyone know that every system or security system has some codes, but you cannot avoid the regulatory failings. If someone has stolen once, you should have to change your security codes after some time. After you can change after a month, or 2 or 3 months, but you have to update your security passwords. Now adopt an information security managed systems that fit for purpose. Now you have to adapt some good information security management system that is fit for your purpose. First, you should know that what is my purpose, why I am securing my data, or which part of my data I have to secure, which is my weakness, which data shouldn't be come out. Then you will decide which type of cybersecurity you want, and that is the you will discuss with any good security department. Have you understood about the cybersecurity now? Now I will start the next topic, that is keep updated with cybersecurity information. How can you keep yourself updated with the cybersecurity information? Okay, once you know that there is a security system that helps our data to be saved, but how you will get updated that which new hacker is coming, or which new virus has been invented, and how you can store or your data according to that, or you can save your data according to that. Now there are some points from which you can update yourself with cybersecurity information. That is, first of all, get training. You have to get trained. One of the most effective ways to keep updated with the latest cybersecurity information is to go for training. Many organizations provide training course for cybersecurity professionals. If you want to be a cybersecurity professional, obviously you will attend some good lectures or a properly good department for that. And these courses are often very extensive and contain all the information that you need to know about cybersecurity. Apart from these courses, there are also many online platforms that provide quality online training on different aspects of cybersecurity. Now, in today's world, in today's information age, there is no boundary of getting you informated about anything. You can take information through internet about anything. What is coming? what has come, what is going on. You can search all the things and keep yourself updated. Then, second is you have to read a lot of magazines or journals about cybersecurity. That what type of crimes are going on, how we can save ourselves, or which people are being attacked and how they are attacked, which information has been stolen. There are many journals or articles about that. Then you have to listen to podcasts for audio learning. Now there are many audios on internet you will find out who will tell you about the cyber securities, the latest viruses, the issues that is going on. So mostly you will get updated from being online. You have to being social. Also you can go through YouTube channels that focus on security issues or subscribe to newsletter that provide regular updates on security issues. There are also some websites that provide detailed information on different new developments in security issues. So checking out these websites will also help you stay updated with the latest information in this field. Then attend conferences and seminars. Now, if you are a security student, you can say you have selected the cyber security subject and you want to learn about cyber security, or you want to become a cyber security, you want to open your own department, or you are learning about that, you are attending the classes, then there may be some conferences and seminar about that. Now, what are these seminars about? Another effective way to keep updated with the latest information is to attend conferences and seminars. These are organized by different organizations and they often discuss the latest information on security issues. You can attend these conferences and seminars to keep yourself updated with the latest information. If you are looking for a job in the field of cybersecurity, you can also attend job fairs which are held by various organizations on various topics related to this field. So, attending job fairs will also help you stay updated with the latest information in this field. Now, there are many cybersecurity companies. If something's come up, you can say if some new virus has been introduced or some new antivirus has been introduced, they must have the video of that, or they will give you information to spread the awareness about that virus or that software that you can use for to secure your data. In this way, they wanted to keep you updated about the latest hackers or the antiviruses or the specifications about that antivirus, that what that antivirus do, how that antivirus secured your system. Then there is participate in online communities. Another good way to stay updated is to participate in online communities. Now there are many online groups of security, uh, either on Facebook or on Twitter. You can follow any groups where the person or any people random or some security departments share their experiences according to hackers or according to the cyber crimes. So you can participate and you can get updated. Then there is keep yourself updated through the social media accounts for organizations. Many organizations have their media accounts, like the security department, you can say, or the professionals. They keep you updated with your latest informations. You can follow up them also. Now, have you understood about the updation of cybersecurity information, or is there any question? Okay, now there is a question that why do hackers hack? What is the reasons of their hacking? We will discuss now that. Now, the thing that why hackers hack. Now, there are many reasons of hackers. For hackers and cyber thieves, all data isn't created equal. Fortunately, the more we know about the mindset and motivations of these savvy cybercrime criminals, the better we will be stopping them before they steal. Given the rise of machine learning and other fraudsters friendly technology, hacking the hackers has never been important. Now, there is a thing I'm telling you. Now, there is a thing when we have some issue with our hacking. What will we do? Either we will run before that hacker or we will secure our data. What will be more important? If someone has hacked us, secure, yes. Now, savvy means there is the line that to make good judgments, to make good decisions about cyber criminals, you must have the mindset and motivations of these savvy cyber crimes. You must have a good judgment and mindset that how you will fight with cyber criminals and how you will secure your data. Savvy means the judgment, the right judgment that you will make for yourself or for your company. Some of the hackers want financially gains, financially benefits, and that is the way, that is why they hack. Now, this one is a pretty obvious hacker motivation. Money is the huge motivation for many types of criminals, and cyber criminals are no different. Normally, criminals, what do? They get into someone's personal place, house or office, and they steal money or they steal goods from there. So cyber criminals also do that. They do it for their own benefit. Either they can steal someone's idea and sell it by their own name, that is also for good, or there will be many other reasons. Then, misusing of data. Up- how your data can be misused. Now, cyber criminals or hackers do these misusing of data for, they can apply for a loan in your name, make fake passport or immigration documents. Uh, then they can open a bank account or apply for a credit card into your name and use the overdraft credit limit. They can send you harmless phishing emails or some SMS or some voice call impersonating you. As you, they can send someone email, someone's message to someone, or they can even steal your voice. There are many software in which they can steal your voice and they can harm by the name of you to the other people. Then they can create a fake social media account by your name and they can use to scam other targets. For example, you can take the example of your friend. If there is your so-called friend, basically friends don't do that, but if someone is your friend and she is not good with you, she want to blackmail you or she want to send some information about you to your family, she want to harm you in that way, in your character way. So what can she do? She can either contact, she can make a fake account of your name, or she can and she can send message to anyone that she knows you can get harmed, and then file for state federal benefit schemes like unemployment benefits impersonating you. And they can do this for their personal schemes to get so you can get harmed, or they can get benefits about unemployed benefits. For example, like there are many online working things. Now I have been scammed personally. I'm sharing this personal information that I was finding about online working because I cannot go out for working. I prefer staying at home and do working. So there were so many advertisement ads posting jobs and many other jobs where they said that you have to pay us and then we will take your information and we will give you work. So I registered myself with some of my data and I have paid them, but they never contacted me back. So they attacked the unemployment people also for their own benefits, for the money. Then selling data on the dark web. Some hackers sell the data they steal on the dark web. Basically, this is an underground marketplace where hackers and other cyber criminals can engage in legal and illegal activities. Other hackers buy personal and sensitive data to execute financial fraud and other PII related crimes. There are some other personal information related crimes that are done. Selling data can also be like copyright issues. There are some websites who don't allow the copies of their original data. It can be music for entertainment use, and now there are many sites who steal the videos and post it for free, so there could be more people on their website. So that is also an illegal selling data on dark web. They can use it to craft targeted advertising or send spam emails. They also send spam emails to some companies. PII basically means it is a soft type of, I would say, personal information. But basically, it means that personal identifiable information. Now, what is personal identifiable information? It is defined as any representation of information that permits the identity of an individual to whom the information applies to be reasonably inferred by either direct or indirect means. It is type of fraud that steals someone's personal identify information, and he or she do frauds by his or her name. They are stealing its all private information, its identity, its data, and they work like that. Then there are blackmailing victims. Blackmailing is very common nowadays. Blackmail is a very powerful tool in any cyber criminal arsenal, including hackers. For example, hackers can steal confidential data or intercept personal media files like image, videos, and demand money to not release the information publicly. They can also encrypt important data or lock users out of their own devices and then demand a ransom in exchange of access. Stealing someone's personal data and then blackmail them. Usually, friends do that. Like in today's age, there are many cases of blackmailing. So they do that. They can steal their images or videos and demand for money, or they can demand or anything. Then they can ask you for doing some wrong things, like you have to steal something or you have to do something for them. So these are the blackmailing victims. And selling malware, some hackers are programmers who write the code for various type of malware, including worms, trojans. These all are worms, trojan, viruses. They all are types of viruses that I will discuss later in some lecture or this lecture. Now, who are these hackers? These hackers are actually the programmers who build virus for someone or for themselves to earn money. They are basically not hackers, but because of them, the hacking process begins. Because if they don't build the virus, no one can hack in that way. They can either use these malware programs or sell them into other cyber criminals. They can use them in a good way also. For example, they can work with the government and hack our enemies, companies, or sorry, not the companies, the countries, to look after them. But no, they also sell them to other cyber criminals for their benefit. So directly or indirectly, they're also hackers. Then carrying out political agendas. Now in politics, there are so many scandals, scams. Someone's video comes out, some personal information comes out. Even I would say in the media, in the social life, all the actors or actresses, their videos or some personal data comes out from nowhere to just create a scandal. So these are also type of viruses who can steal the information and then ask them to do. And they can, some countries, the government hire hackers for political espionage. In these cases, the hackers who engage in state sponsored cyber attacks becomes known as nation state actors. In this type of role, hackers are assigned duties such as, now what are the duties that they have assigned? Stealing sensitive data, confidential data, or classified data. Now what is classified data? About research. What are they going to do? What are their secrets? Even their personal information on specific targets. Now if there is a company or some political person, if he or she is going to attend a seminar, so they will not target on seminar, they will not interrupt their seminar, or they don't want to attend that seminar. They just want to spoil their image in front of the people. So their specific target will be to let them down. It's not they want to take place, but there is just one special target they want to follow. Then manipulating or otherwise interfering with elections. In the time of elections, there are so much hassle there that someone can send their own, I would say, they show the weakness to the nation by themselves to gain sympathy and gain votes. But sometimes it is done by the opposite team also. Then stealing or leaking government or military documents, interfering with economy, and interfering or affecting relationships or treaties with other nation. Now these are all the property carrying out political agendas. Now then there is performing corporate espionage. Now what is espionage? Do you know? Espionage is the activity of secretly collecting and reporting information about anything. Secretly, when someone collects someone's data and report someone's information. It is done in political, military, business, and industries also. So there is not limit that it can done in only one place. Now, some companies hire hackers for stealing confidential information from rival firms. Rival means opposite firms. In these situations, hackers are assigned to find leaky or vulnerable database or launch attackers on the target organization servers or websites. Now, these are specially hackers who are hired to harm someone and they are getting paid for that. They find out the weakness of some company and then they attack. Now, they can attack in multiple ways, including using brute force attacks, SQL injections, cross-site scripting, and DDoS attacks. These are all databases attacks which can harm their, either they can steal their data, either they can update their data with false information, either they can delete their data, or they can hang their database so they cannot work properly. But just what type of information are the hackers looking for? The targeted data can be virtually anything, but often falls within the following categories. Now, data can be anything. It depends on the hacker that what type of data he want to steal or from which data he wants to give harms to anyone. Now, they can be trade secrets. Trade secrets means all the secrets about trading that can harm their work, basically. And key customer supplies vendor, the information about how they are, what are their customers, how their suppliers, who are their customers, pricing information, that how company is getting priced or what are their pricing strategy, data regarding future financial and marketing and marketing planning. They can also steal their database in which they have mentioned all of their future planning, that how they can get financially benefits. Technical schematics or sensitive product information. If there is some juice company or some other product company, they can steal that their personal and sensitive product information, and they can maybe they can make it or they can complain that that was our product. They can harm in any way. There are many ways that they can harm them. Now the next is, do you understand the previous slides, or is there any question? So, proving a point, hacktivist. Some of the hackers wants to prove their point. That's why they hack or they use some other's name or fake names to prove their point. Some hackers don't care about money. Instead, they hacktivist means the hackers that don't care about money. That I'm explaining it to you right now. Mainly, he doesn't want money, but he is an unauthorized hacktivist means an unauthorized person who is entering into someone's personal information to harm them, not for money, not for any of their company organization, but just to harm that people. Hacktivist is an unauthorized person who is entering into someone's personal space. Now, some hackers don't care about money. Instead, they have to prove their social, ethical, religious, or political view or to force their views upon others. Now, are you interested in some news? Either it is entertainment news or some religious news, or you have joined some groups according to that, where people don't use their original name, but there is a fight going on about religion. They argue just to prove their point. Maybe they can make false videos according to that to make others believe in them. It is basically to put your thinking, your thought into others' mind. So it is basically about that. And why they do that, they can take personal revenge. How they can take personal revenge? Some hackers use their hacking skills to take personal revenge on a person or a company for a real or perceived injustice. The hackers harass their enemies in many ways, such as by locking their targeting devices, encrypting or deleting their data, publishing their confidential data or personal media files to the public. That is called doxing. That you release someone's personal data to public to harm them, to put their impression down, a bad impression on public. Sending them numerous spam or phishing emails, some false emails they're again sending them, hacking their social media accounts, profiles, and post false and inappropriate content, and hacking their email accounts and sending phishing mails to their contacts. Now, that all is done for the personal revenge. They don't need money, but they just want to harm them, either by hacking their data so they cannot use their data or their devices. They can leak their personal data. They can send some false emails to their family or to their contacts, or they can post, if that person is a social person, then they can post an inappropriate content to harm their public image, then causing harm for personal enjoyment. Now, some people do this for their personal enjoyment. They want to do that. They just, you can call them roasters. I find the roasters harmful because they roast people for no reason, but that is just for their enjoyment. They just open their YouTube account and they just roast, they just talk nonsense about anyone. Why? Just to enjoy themselves, just to make an enjoyment or fun of others. That is their work, that is their hobby. Then, mitigating cyber threats. Now, what is mitigating? You know about the meaning of mitigating? Now, mitigate means to cause the reason to become less harsh or hostile. Means you can talk some rubbish, you can make someone less harmful or less. Means you have that ability to harm someone by just by your talk, by your some message. And that is the last type of hacker. This is the last hacker motivation that we're going to talk about in this article. Hackers sometimes hack or attack or stop other hackers from doing bad things. Okay, I'll give you the example. Means someone has the ability to stop hackers, basically to stop hackers to harm you. It is the third one, the third person. And you can consider is like a good hacker and a bad hacker. Now, the good hacker will stop the bad hacker to harm you, or it can less harm you, to try to stop him so that the bad hacker couldn't harm you. Basically, it means that. I will explain it, read it now. You can get the clear idea then. Now, hackers sometimes hack to attack or stop other hackers from doing bad things. These type of hackers typically either fall in the white hat or red hat hackers categories. Now, these hackers are called white hat or red hat categories, who stop bad hackers to attack you. White hat hackers or ethical hackers hack to protect websites, servers, database from black hat hackers who want to cause harm. White hackers employ the same hacking technique as black hat, but they do it in the same system's owner's permission and stick to the legal methods. Now, do you get it or not? So, white hackers hack your system to secure your system from the bad hackers. And then there are some red hackers also. And companies and government agencies hire them as information security analysts, cyber security researchers, security specialists, penetrate testers, etc. They work as independent consultants or freelancers as well. White hat hackers' intents are typically, now what are the intentions of white hackers? Find and fix your weaknesses in the system before black hat hackers steal them. Develop a good security software that detects and removes viruses. Educates user about various cyber threats and how to prevent them. Make good plans in the event of cyber attack. Strengthen the overall security posture of the software and hardware components. But there is also a different type of hacker that is called red hat hackers. Now, what do red hat hackers do? Red hats are like black hats in that they don't typically stick to legal routes with their attacks and will hack without authorization. However, instead of targeting the businesses, the other legitimate users, they will instead attack other hackers. Now, red hackers are, we cannot say they are only good hackers, and because they are also doing illegally. But the reason is that they may be considered as good hacker because they hack the bad hackers so they cannot cause harm to other people, but they do it in an illegal way. They are not authorized to do that, but they do it for their self. No, here the red hackers do good things to hack bad hackers to stop them, or it can be just for fun or for education that they want to learn about hacking, or they want to learn about, or they want to stop bad hackers and see what are they hacking. They do the same things at white hackers, but in an illegal way. They are not authorized. This is just the difference. They're not professionals, they're not authorized, they're not licensed, they don't stay in their limits, they go out of the limit and stop bad hackers. Of course, there are also other type of hackers motivation that we haven't yet talked about. Two of the most basic ones are humans curiosity and a desire to learn. There are some hackers who are new or inexperienced who just want to expand their knowledge and skills and flex their muscles, as the phrase goes. Of course, there are also hackers who do what they do because they want to achieve notoriety and make a name for themselves. But regardless of their reason for hacking, there is a lot we can learn from hackers and their motivations. Some people learn hacking not professionally but for their own enjoyment. They want to know what is hacking, how hacking has done, but they don't harm anyone. But there are a lot of other ways of hacking and are hacking peoples, that how many hackers are there and why do they hack. There are so many reasons that yet we haven't discussed because it is a world of information age, a technical age. So there can be many reasons. Someone wants to learn about hacking for just their own good. Someone learns about hacking for to harm others. So there are many other reasons. Okay, so then it is enough for today. Please revise it for the next lecture. I will ask questions from these slides and I will try to cover more in next lecture.